Silence can be a sanctuary. It offers a space for reflection and peace. We find solace in quiet moments away from the noise of the world, but silence can also be a cage. It can stifle our truths and muffle our voices. When we stay silent for fear of judgment or conflict, we deny ourselves the freedom to be heard. Silence, in its stillness, holds a powerful duality. It can be a source of strength and renewal, yet it can also be a breeding ground for fear and repression. When we choose silence over our truth, we diminish our own worth. It is in the space between peace and suppression that we must find our voice. We must learn to discern when silence serves us and when it silences us. The journey to finding our voice begins with understanding the weight of our unspoken truths. I used to be a prisoner of my own silence. It wasn't just a fleeting phase or a momentary lapse in confidence. It was a deeply ingrained habit, a way of life that I had unknowingly adopted over the years. I would sit in rooms full of people, yet feel completely isolated, trapped within the confines of my own mind. I avoided conflict at all costs. The mere thought of confrontation would send shivers down my spine. I would go out of my way to ensure that I never found myself in a situation where I had to defend my thoughts or opinions. It was easier to just nod along, to blend into the background, to become invisible. I would bite my tongue even when I knew I deserved to be heard. There were countless moments when I had something valuable to contribute, but the fear of judgment, of being misunderstood, held me back. I would sit there, my heart racing, my mind screaming, but my lips sealed shut. I convinced myself that staying quiet was the easier path, the path of least resistance. I thought that by not speaking up, I was avoiding potential conflicts and maintaining peace. But in reality, I was only creating a storm within myself, a storm that grew fiercer with each passing day. I remember a specific instance at a family gathering. It was one of those rare occasions when everyone was together, sharing stories, laughing, and debating various topics. The room was filled with a cacophony of voices, each one trying to be louder than the other. A heated discussion erupted about a topic close to my heart. It was something I was passionate about, something I'd spent years researching and understanding. My heart raced as I listened to the conversation, my mind formulating responses, counter-arguments, and insights. I had strong opinions, but I stayed silent. The fear of being judged, of being ridiculed, was too overwhelming. I watched as others voiced their thoughts, some of which were misinformed or misguided. I wanted to correct them, to share my knowledge, but the words remained trapped within me. I didn't want to rock the boat or cause a scene. I convinced myself that it was better to let things be, to avoid any potential conflict. But deep down I knew that my silence was a disservice to myself and to those around me. I was denying them the opportunity to hear a different perspective, to learn and grow. So I sat there nodding along, while my insides churned with unspoken words. Each nod felt like a betrayal, a compromise of my true self. I could feel the weight of my silence pressing down on me, suffocating me, making me feel smaller and more insignificant with each passing moment. I felt small and insignificant, like my thoughts didn't matter. It was a feeling that had become all too familiar, a constant companion in my journey through life. I had convinced myself that my voice was not important, that my opinions were not worth sharing. That night I went to bed feeling heavy, the weight of my silence pressing down on me. I stared at the ceiling, replaying the events of the day in my mind. The missed opportunities, the unspoken words, the moments of silence that had cost me so much. I knew that something had to change. That experience was a turning point. It was a moment of clarity, a realization that my silence was not protecting me, but rather it was holding me back. I understood that in order to truly live, I had to find my voice, to speak up, to be heard. I realized that my silence wasn't protecting anyone, least of all myself. It was a shield that I'd created, a barrier that kept me from truly connecting with others. I knew that if I wanted to break free, I had to dismantle that shield, piece by piece. It was slowly suffocating me, chipping away at my sense of self. Each moment of silence was like a brick in a wall that separated me from the world. I could feel myself becoming more and more isolated, more and more disconnected from the people around me. I knew I couldn't keep living that way. I had to make a change, to take a stand, to reclaim my voice. It was a daunting task, but I knew that it was the only way to truly live, to truly be myself. I had to find my voice. It was a journey that required courage, determination, and a willingness to face my fears. But I knew that it was a journey worth taking, a journey that would lead me to a place of authenticity, connection, and true self-expression. Unspoken words have a way of accumulating within us. They become heavy burdens, weighing us down with their unsaid truths. Each time we swallow our thoughts or suppress our feelings, we add another layer to this invisible weight. We may think we're doing ourselves a favor by staying quiet, but the truth is, silence can be deafening. It creates a chasm between who we are and who we pretend to be. It erodes our authenticity and diminishes our self-worth. When we hold back our truth, we deny ourselves the opportunity to connect with others on a deeper level. We miss out on the chance to build genuine relationships based on honesty and vulnerability. The weight of unspoken words can manifest in various ways. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and a general sense of unease. It can also manifest physically, causing tension, headaches, and digestive issues. Our bodies keep score even when our minds try to suppress the truth. Section 4, Breaking Free, Finding My Voice. Finding my voice wasn't easy. It was a journey that took me through many phases of self-discovery and growth. It was a gradual process filled with starts and stops, moments of courage and waves of self-doubt. There were times when I felt like giving up, but something inside me kept pushing forward. But every time I spoke my truth, no matter how small or insignificant it seemed, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. I started small. I began with little steps, like sharing my thoughts with close friends and family. I began expressing my opinions more freely in everyday conversations. These small victories built the foundation for bigger challenges. I challenged myself to speak up in meetings, even when my voice trembled. The fear was real, but so was the determination to be heard. Each time I pushed past my fear, I gained a little more confidence. It was like building a muscle. The more I used it, the stronger it became. I learned that vulnerability is not weakness, but rather the birthplace of courage and connection. Sharing my stories, my fears, and my dreams allowed others to see the real me. When we allow ourselves to be seen, truly seen, we open ourselves up to the possibility of deep and meaningful relationships. These connections are what make life rich and fulfilling. Finding my voice wasn't about becoming the loudest person in the room. It was about finding the strength to speak up when it mattered most. It was about learning to speak my truth with clarity and compassion, even when my voice shook. It was about being authentic and true to myself. It was about honoring my experiences and sharing them with the world, one authentic word at a time. Writing became a powerful tool for me. It allowed me to organize my thoughts and express my feelings in a way that felt safe and controlled. Through journaling, I discovered patterns in my thoughts and emotions. I began to understand myself better, and this self-awareness translated into more confident speaking. I also sought out resources to help me improve. Books on public speaking, workshops, and even practicing in front of a mirror helped me refine my skills. Feedback from mentors and peers was invaluable. They provided insights and encouragement that fueled my growth. Looking back, I see how far I've come. The journey to finding my voice has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. Today, I stand before you, not as someone who has all the answers, but as someone who has found the courage to speak up. My voice is my power, and it has the ability to inspire and connect with others. Finding my voice has brought me closer to myself and to those around me. It has opened doors to opportunities and relationships I never thought possible. And so I continue this journey knowing that my voice matters. It is a journey of self-discovery, growth, and endless possibilities. Thank you for listening to my story. May you find the courage to speak your truth and discover the power of your own voice. Section 5, the ripple effect of authenticity. When we find our voice and speak our truth, we create a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves. This ripple effect is not just a metaphor, it is a tangible force that can transform lives and communities. Imagine a single drop of water falling into a still pond. The ripples spread outwards, touching every part of the surface. Similarly, our authentic actions and words can touch the lives of countless individuals, often in ways we may never fully realize. Our courage inspires others to do the same. When we stand up and share our true selves, we give others the strength to do likewise. This act of bravery can break down barriers and build bridges between people from different walks of life. It can foster a sense of community and belonging. where everyone feels valued and understood. Our authenticity gives permission to those around us to embrace their own uniqueness. In a world that often pressures us to conform, being true to ourselves can be a revolutionary act. It can encourage others to let go of their fears and insecurities and to celebrate what makes them unique. This collective embrace of individuality can lead to a more inclusive and compassionate society. When we share our stories, we create a space for others to share theirs. Storytelling is a powerful tool for connection and healing. By opening up about our experiences, we invite others to do the same. This exchange of stories can create a sense of solidarity and mutual support, where people feel less isolated and more understood. We realize that we are not alone in our experiences. This realization can be incredibly comforting and empowering. Knowing that others have faced similar challenges and have come out stronger on the other side can give us the hope and strength to persevere through our own struggles. We find solace in knowing that others have faced similar challenges and emerged stronger on the other side. This shared understanding can foster deep connections and a sense of community. It can remind us that we are all in this together and that we can support each other through life's ups and downs. Our voices have the power to heal, to inspire, and to create change. When we speak up, we can challenge the status quo and advocate for a better world. Our words can inspire others to take action and to join us in our efforts to create positive change. When we speak up against injustice, we become agents of social change. Our voices can shine a light on issues that need to be addressed and can mobilize others to take action. Together, we can create a more just and equitable world. When we share our stories of resilience, we offer hope to those who are struggling. Our stories can serve as a beacon of hope for others, showing them that it is possible to overcome adversity and to thrive. By sharing our journeys, we can inspire others to keep going, even when the going gets tough. The more we use our voices for good, the more we contribute to a world where authenticity is valued and celebrated. Our collective efforts can create a ripple effect that spreads far and wide, touching the lives of countless individuals and creating a more inclusive and compassionate society. We create a world where everyone feels seen, heard, and empowered to make a difference. By embracing our authenticity and encouraging others to do the same, we can build a world where everyone feels valued and supported. This is the ripple effect of authenticity, and it has the power to transform our lives and our world.